Barcoa, a podcast network.
What is up? This is going to be the test run of the with the cameras and the lights and for the Pat Out of Hell podcast. I'm not sure about this one that's straight ahead of me because obviously I'm planning to have a guest on the other side of what's going on. I forgot how echoey this place was. That's crazy. So I'm set up in the old studio place that I used to recorded before when I first started the Barbacoa Core podcast. But I'm trying to work out these cameras things. Still figuring out the setup, what I need. I was thinking like, oh, should I order more cameras, or should I just work with what I got? And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna work with what I got, and yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing guests on. And I don't know what Pat Out of Hell is going to be as far as like the idea is to not have any themes, but at the same time, I mean, you're going to need like some type of theme, something to talk about. We still might touch on mental health issues that the whole idea that I was running with the Glass Clown podcast might still run with that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna bring in guests, whoever wants to come on, and if I have a vibe with them, to come on the podcast and just talk, just chew the fat, chop it up, talk some shit, you know. No set ideas. I do know that I want to bring in. That's what I enjoyed the most when I first started podcasting was the interviewing people. You know, the one-on-one interview. And it's not even an interview per se. It's just like a get to know you type of thing. You know, catch up if it's a previous guest, and help them promote what they got going on, their Instagram, their comedy shows, their band, their art, whatever it is that they are working on, focused on, whatever projects they have going on. The idea is to help them, promote that, and have fun. It's a comedy based thing. I'm trying to grow my audience for comedy. And so, yeah, of course, podcasts, comics use podcasts to spread their word out, to spread their name, to promote their guests and all that stuff. And also, so the people, the guests that I have on might get to know me and then everybody grows their audience somehow, Y'all know how podcast works. I don't know why I'm going into all that detail. But what's funny is, as soon as I gave up on the idea of the Glass Clown podcast, two people had told me what a great idea it was, and and it is a great idea. Again, it's not the only comedy mental health podcast out there by any means. It's not an original idea, I guess, but it was going to be my take on the comedy mental health podcast theme when I first started it out. The Glass Clown podcast, of course, a play on words with class clown. When anybody talks about like being a comedian, usually one of the first questions is, were you the class clown in high school? Obviously. And but yeah, man, and again, I just stopped doing the podcast, the videos, the guests and stuff because it got too overwhelming. But I do miss it. I do want to bring it back. And people like the videos. They need visuals. Visuals is a strong thing that you need to have to help build a brand. If you have the visuals, if you have the YouTube plays, then they might go and just listen to the audio only. And also videos are more easy to share and to help promote rather than asking somebody like, hey, click on this link and listen to this whole episode. There's some good stuff in there. Like if there is a great conversation or a little bit of something in a video podcast, I could cut that up a minute, 30 seconds, put that on Instagram, Facebook, get more eyes out there. And again, I don't know why I'm going into like how to, I mean, y'all know how this works. The thing is, I don't know how to do hashtags, algorithms. I don't get that stuff. And to be honest, I haven't took the time to even attempt to try to learn it. You know, I did buy a book about something about making money through podcast. I got that book maybe about 6 months ago, have yet to even look inside of it, even peruse it. There's no bins on any pages. There's nothing. But that just goes with all books that I buy. I usually buy the book, I attempt a couple of chapters, and then I get the the audible version of it. And sometimes I read along, or sometimes I just sit back and listen. But yeah, I know it's important for comedy for sure to have a social media presence, and that's kind of the idea with the podcast, but you have to have visuals. People like visuals and stuff, and stuff. I'm a smart guy. So yeah, trying to deal with that. I'm getting over my laziness. Well, I'm attempting to get over my laziness, because I am very lazy when it comes to stuff like that, or like the whole editing, putting it together. But I gotta get over that stuff, especially if I don't want to make something out of comedy, which I'm starting to finally have the confidence to actually get out there. I'm pretty stoked. December's gonna be great. I'm gonna be in Houston. I'm trying to get on a couple shows at the Secret Group that Friday and Saturday, December 10th and December 11th. And I'm going to Houston because I still am stoked. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have fun. But I was making the whole trip because I was gonna go see the Seahawks play the Texans. And today's Sunday. It's Sunday, and the Seahawks they lost. They lost to the Cardinals. To the Cardinals' backup quarterback. And it was a bad game. It was so sad. It's so sad. I still love the Seahawks. I love Seattle. Seattle's a big part of my life, back when I was playing music and doing all that stuff. I love Seattle. Seattle was a great place for me, and I wish I could have stayed, but I just couldn't afford it anymore. And it was affecting me, my mental health. I felt that I needed to come back. Anyway, Seattle still has a big part of my heart, to even the point where, and I was talking to a couple of comics on Friday about this, about when I die, I want to be cremated, and I want to be cremated, and I want my ashes to be illegally, no permissions. I don't want any illegal. However you do it, doesn't matter. I don't want a ceremony. I want my ashes to be dumped in the Puget Sound, which is in Seattle, Washington. It's the water that is between the Seattle side and the Bremerton side. And I would ride that ferry back and forth, sometimes just to ride it. It's so relaxing just to be on the water. It's beautiful. Sometimes I was just, even if I didn't have to go from one place to the other, sometimes if I was just bored, I would just get on the ferry, put on my iPod, and just listen to music, look out the window, watch the water. It was great, And so yeah, I want my ashes to be dumped on a ferry ride while it's I want it to be while it's coming from Bremerton to Seattle, not Seattle to Bremerton. That's a very important detail. It has to be a ferry that's coming from Bremerton into Seattle. and I want my ashes to be, however you do it, whoever's in charge of this might be my wife. You hearing this, woman? You don't ask for permission. I know that they've had ceremonies before. I've been on ferries where they announced over the PA, we're going to be stopping for a few minutes. We're going to have a not a removal, a, did I just say the word? We're going to be dumping some ashes. We're going to be dumping some guy off in the water. Yeah. But I want it to be done totally on the down low. Like, I don't even care if you're just like dumping it out like that. Even if you put it, I want my ashes scattered. I don't want you to throw the urn in the water. That's kind of lame. I want it scattered. I want it to spread, the wind to catch it, and me to spread all over as far as I could go in the Puget Sound before all my ashes go to the floor of the Puget Sound. That's how much I love Seattle. That's how much I love Seattle. It was a great place for me. It was a great time. It was a tough time, but it was a great time. So that's what I want to have happen with my remains once I'm cremated, dumped off the side of the Puget Sound of the ferry coming from Bremerton into Seattle, smack dab in the middle. That's when I want my ashes to be dumped, scattered, spread, released. You know, it's on record. You've been warned, and if you don't follow my request of what I want done to my ashes illegally, that is very important. I will haunt you in a bad way, and yeah, you know. So what was I talking about? Oh, so that's the whole reason for the trip to Houston, because I was stoked to see, because Texans aren't doing too good. They won. Oh shit, they won today. The Texans beat the Titans. And the Texans went from 1-8, and this is their second win. So if the Texans keep winning, there's a pretty good chance that I will make this whole trip out to Houston just to watch Seattle lose to the Texans. Do you understand how sad that is? I have yet in my lifetime so far been able to see live Seattle win a game. This will be my third game. This will be my first away game for the Seahawks. I've seen the Seattle twice at Quest Field, and then the CenturyLink Field, and now it's the Illuminati Field. So yeah, I mean, it still counts. As long as I see him win live, it's still a fucking good day. But I just got booked to do LOL on December 12th, the same day as the Seahawks game. So it's a bit of a predicament that I'm in. I already said yes to the gig because I want to do the gig. It's the Revolver Show with Raul Sanchez. I've done a guest spot on one of his shows. He wants me to do an extended set, 15 minutes. Pretty stoked about that. I'm so thankful that he asked me to do it. But here's the thing. The game is at 12 on Sunday in Houston. Everything has to go right. Seahawks win. Game ends a little after 3. I have to be on the road no later than 4 o'clock to make it back in San Antonio in time for the show. That's tough. That's nothing. Everything has to go right. Time wise, everything has to go right. Travel wise, everything has to go right. There could be no hiccups. Nothing could go wrong. for me to make it back in town in San Antonio in time to not miss the show. If I'm able to pull it off, that would be so fucking awesome. If I go to Houston, have a great Friday night, great Saturday night, Seahawks win against the Texans, get on the road no later than 4 o'clock to make it into San Antonio to hit the LOL stage at 7:30, and then have a great set. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. And we'll see if I can make that happen. I don't know. Yet. But that's the plan. That's what December's looking like, or that weekend of December. And then for Christmas weekend, or the week of Christmas, we're flying out to Seattle to go be with family. The Seahawks play the Bears while I'm there. The Sunday after I get there. I haven't looked into tickets for that. I will say this. If the Seahawks beat the Texans, and if the Seahawks beat the Texans, I'm going to go to the Bears game. If it's not like fucking the Seahawks Bears game in Seattle, if it's not like too expensive. The last time I went to a Seattle home game for 2 tickets for the wife and I, $500, and we were up there. We were like 3 rows from the last row. $500, and they lost to Dallas. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I do, however, even though I don't know anything about hockey, Seattle has a new hockey team, the Kraken, and they play in Key Arena. It's called something weird, though. It's called like the Climate Control Arena, or the Climate Control is Real Arena. Something catchy like that. I think it'll be fun to go to a Kraken's game. The first on their first season. I think they have a couple games while I'm there. Don't know much about hockey. I like the fights. I like the shootouts. It's fun. I like it's like MMA on the ice capades, with sticks and pucks. And no teeth. Sounds fun, right? I think it'd be cool to do that. I'm going to be up there for a week. I want to do some stuff like that. But yeah, where am I at on time? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Stoked about everything that's going on in December. Yeah, man. A little bummed out about the holidays. Not looking forward to the holidays, First Thanksgiving without my mom. I was really planning on doing absolutely nothing. Like nothing. Like just stay in bed all day. But my sister wants to get together. And my wife has the night off. So, we'll be out. I'll be up and out and doing all that stuff. Not sure how I'm gonna be, but gonna do my best. My plans to stay in bed for that whole day. I wanted to sleep all of Thursday. I just wanted to sleep through Thursday. Like nothing happened. Not that like nothing happened, but like. I just wanted to sleep through the first Thanksgiving without my mom. But now I can't because of my sister. No, I'm just kidding. She was thinking too. She was thinking that she didn't want to do anything uh, you know, but then she had a change of heart. And I think it's good. I think it's good that she had a change of heart, and I think it's good that we are going to get together, uh, and have a meal, and then the Thanksgiving meal, do the whole thing. I am not cooking nothing. Usually my mom would make the turkey and the stuff and all that stuff, and we had to bring the sides and the sweets and stuff. And I told my sister I'm not making anything. You know, I usually make the mashed potatoes. She's like, well, I have instant potatoes. I was like, instant potatoes are fine. I'm fine with. I don't have a problem with that right now. Not this year. Next year we'll see. We'll play that next year by ear. But this year, if I'm on mashed potatoes duty, instant it is. And I'll buy some pies from Bill Miller's. Sponsor the pod, Bill Miller's. But yeah, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So I gotta stay motivated to stay positive the next couple of months. Which I mean, we'll be okay. I'll be okay. It's tough, but I'm hopeful about the opportunities that are coming up, man. I'm super stoked to go to Houston, do a couple shows in Houston, or a couple sets, whatever, some time in Houston. Super stoked about the show on December 12th at LOL. And stoked about going to Seattle for a week. I think it'd be fun. Of course, it's winter time, December, late December. Who knows what the weather's going to be like? Are we going to be trapped indoors for snow? Just got to make it happen. I'm going to go out, ride that ferry. I got to show my wife exactly how I want my ashes, where I want my ashes scattered. We got to pick a point, and we're going to take a picture, and I'm going to send it to my lawyer and say, if my wife does not drop it here, then you have to sue her. And I'm taking all my life insurance money back, and and then I'm going to throw that in the Puget Sound. How's that? If you do not, I'm talking to my wife right now, excuse me. If you do not dump my ashes in the Puget Sound, exactly how illegally in exactly the right spot and on the ferry from Bremerton. So that means that you have to ride a ferry from Seattle to Bremerton and then ride the Bremerton one back. If you do not, I will have a lawyer take all of my life insurance money away and then dump it in the Puget Sound. That seems fair, right? Yeah. So yeah, man. What else? Oh, dude. Yesterday, me and my homie Daniel Segura, the Mustachio Podcastio dude. We drove up to Austin and went to go see Every Time I Die in '68. But Every Time I Die, man, put on such an amazing show. All-time favorite band, all-time favorite metalcore band, all-time favorite band. And there's not one album, and their albums just keep getting better and better and better. The set list was amazing. If you're on my social media at your homie Pat, I put up the set list that they did from last night. Non-stop bangers, dude. It was fucking amazing. But I almost died. I almost tragic Scott myself because we didn't start up front. We started in the back when the Every Time I Die started, and we're just enjoying the show from the back. But I knew we were going to get in the pit. I knew I was going to get as close to the stage as possible. And I already had the set list, so I knew what was coming up. So right when they started getting into the Hot Damn, the tracks from Hot Damn, Ebolarama and Romeo a Go-Go, I was like, this is it. We fucking had to make our way to the front. Made our way, closer to the stage, closer to where the pit was. And dude, when they got into Decaying with the Boys, which was the track right before they were gonna go into Ebolarama, we fucking got in there, dude. And I'm fucking jamming and having a good time. I'm screaming in people's faces. People are trying to knock me down. I was like, bitch, you don't know me. Yeah, dude. If that show was in San Antonio, people would have died. San Antonio, because it was a not there's not a lot of ethnicity present at the show. A lot of white dudes is what I'm saying in the Austin at the Austin show, but which is fine. They're fun. They're harmless. There's some dudes, that take it a little bit too far, throwing bows, throwing punches, kicking. But for the most part, everybody was just having a fucking good time. It didn't get out of hand at all. But I could not do more than 3 tracks. 3 of their songs. I was up, 3 people back from the stage, and yeah, man, it was just going in and out of the circle, fucking just ramming up against people, shoving up against people, yelling at people's faces, grabbing people's heads. Fucking champion! It's fucking amazing, dude. Oh, it was such a good show. But like my watch, I'm not wearing it right now, but my watch, because it keeps track of my heart rate, my heartbeat. They're like, "Are you okay? Do I need a call for help?" And about 3.5 tracks I was in there, and then I had to get out, catch my breath real quick, and then I thought I kind of twisted my ankle a little bit, so I was like waiting for that to act up. But man, the show was good, and then so I was just on the edge of the pit for the rest of the night until the last track, All This in War, which has Josh Scoggins, the singer from 68, the original singer from The Chariot, and the original singer from Norma Jean. Or I guess the singer from The Chariot and original singer from Norma Jean. Ended up that set, and they did like do you call it a duet? Do you call it a duet in metalcore? I don't know. And we were fucking going crazy, dude. I was yelling. Pretty sure I didn't yell the right words, but it's fine. Nobody checked me on it, and it was just a fucking good time. I wish I didn't have to drive home. I only had like a couple beers just to get like loosened up and stuff. But I wish. I mean, they're a great party band. I wish I would have been lit a little bit, but I had to drive back safely. But Jesus, man, it was such a great show. I'm still pretty high on it, but like I'm hurting today. I felt like I was in like a fucking car accident, a minor car accident. My neck hurts, my bones hurt, man, but my spirit is fucking on fire. Feeling good. I kind of needed that. It was a great release. Just yelling back lyrics, and getting it in the mosh pit and just fucking banging against people and fucking getting that anger out, man. I didn't know how angry I was, but it was a control kind of thing, It didn't get out of hand. Nobody got their temper up. Everybody's just fucking having a good time, fucking letting loose, fucking raging, dog. It was fun. It was so much fun. And they had 2 shows back to back, and I thought both nights were sold out, but tonight wasn't sold out. And I thought about going back to back, but it's a long drive, and I'm tired, and I don't want to get in that situation again. And yeah, I wish I would have gone though. It would have been fun. But yeah, man, that was fucking great, dude. I'm I'm starting to feel stoked about life. It's been a while since I've been stoked on life, but it's good, dude. Things are good. Um, you know, things are going good. I know that I need to focus on. There's some things that I need to do to kind of help me in my comedy career. We'll say, uh, and I need to be more positive about that and be more active about that. And that's why I'm bringing in the cameras for the podcast, which I said it's just got to be audio only. But I know how I know where we are. I know how the world works, or I think I know how the world works, and I'm fine to play ball, dude. I'm fine to do this, and I'm gonna have a good time doing it. So yeah, man. I guess that's it for right now. It's so crazy to be in this room and talk to myself. I could talk to myself all day, and I do talk to myself all day, every day in my apartment. But to come down to this room and set up the cameras and just like talk to myself. But I'm looking forward to having guests on. That's gonna be cool. If you're interested in coming on, holler at your boy, at your homie Pat. Social media, Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. I am on TikTok now. Trying to figure that out. Also at your homie Pat. Everything's at your homie Pat. barbacoacord.com. And yeah. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing good. I'm feeling good. Thanks for asking. And I'll check you next time. All right? Later.